Questions like, is Red Dead Redemption better than Star Stable? Is Red Dead Redemption similar to Star Stable? Or, should I buy the game just for the horses? Have gone through our minds at least once. Today, I will be answering these questions and talking about why you cannot compare these two games. We will be breaking down information sustained by stable and solid sources regarding these two games and the huge differences between them. First of all, let's talk about in which game categories these games fall. Red Dead Redemption goes under the category of action-adventure game. Red Dead Redemption is a Western-themed action-adventure game, played from a third-person perspective. Red Dead Redemption is not a horse game. I feel like I have to clarify this. Red Dead Redemption is not a horse game. Yes, you're mounted on a horse 90% of the time while playing, but this doesn't make it a horse game. While the animations and physics of the horse are extremely accurate and realistic, the game does not revolve around horses. We'll cover that in just a second. The animations of the horses are so accurate and realistic because the Red Dead Redemption team used what is called motion capture to animate the horses in the game, and here's how that happened. For Red Dead Redemption is an action-adventure game. The story of the game is set in 1899 in a fictionalized representation of the Western, Midwestern, and Southern United States, and follows outlaw Arthur Morgan, a member of the Van der Ling gang. Arthur must deal with the decline of the Wild West whilst attempting to survive against government forces, rival gangs, and other adversaries. On the other hand, Star Stable goes under the category of a horse game. Star Stable is a horse game full of adventures. Star Stable is the exciting, online game where adventures, horses, and mysteries are waiting to be explored. Now let's cover the age required to play Red Dead Redemption and the age required to play Star Stable. Red Dead Redemption is definitely not for people under the age of 18 due to the game's extremely graphic violence, sexual content, and strong language. In fact, the content of it is actually mind-bogglingly explicit, not to mention that this is the most realistic and highly detailed game ever made. Unlike Red Dead, which is a game for adults, Star Stable is a game dedicated for children. It's a game for kids of the age of 7 and up. Now, are these games kid-friendly? As stated before, Red Dead Redemption 2 is not for kids. Rockstar's game's sprawling western video game is rated M for violence, torture, foul-mouthed cowpokes, and many more mature delights. In contrast to Red Dead Redemption, Star Stable is kid-friendly. Now let's talk about the huge differences regarding the teams of these two games. A team of approximately 1,600 people developed Red Dead Redemption 2 over several years, contrary to Star Stable Online, a team of 130 people. I couldn't find how much it cost Star Stable to create their game, but I'm sure it was not as much as it cost Red Dead Redemption to create their game. The budget for Red Dead Redemption 2, according to media analysts, estimated the development budget for the game was between $80 million and $100 million. Red Dead Redemption is one of the most expensive games ever created. Let's talk about how much money these games make per year. Red Dead Redemption 2 has now sold more than 23 million copies worldwide, helping to bump Take-Two Interactive net revenue $1 billion in the third quarter, up from $480 million in the same period last year, the company announced Wednesday. This article was published in 2019, meaning they made even more money ever since. Money-wise, Star Stable is not messing around. The game costs either $8.49 per month or approximately $75 for a lifetime membership and features in-app purchases. Last year, the company saw $15 million revenue and has seen double yearly growth since its start phase. This article was posted in 2017. I couldn't find a more recent one. This means that Star Stable is now earning a lot more per year since they've grown so much since 2017. Now, let's talk about how different the PC requirements are for each of these games. If playing on PC, to be able to play Red Dead Redemption, you must have the minimum of Windows 7 Service Pack. For the processor, you must have at least Intel Core i5 2500K or the AMD FX 6300. You must have at least 8GB of memory, and for the graphics card, you must have at least the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 770 or the AMD Radeon Air 9. For the hard disk space, you must have at least 150GB, and for the sound card, it must be DirectX compatible. If you want to play Star Stable, the minimum PC specifications are a Windows 7 with the latest service packs, Intel Core i3 or AMD Athlon 2nd, 4GB of RAM, and 5GB of free disk space. The differences are huge. Playing Star Stable seems way more attainable. Alright guys, we talked about the different game categories these games fall into, but we didn't go deeper into that. What exactly do you do in these games? And what does it mean that Red Dead Redemption is an action-oriented game? And how come is there so much violence in this game? Before we talk about what you do in this game, I'd like to mention that Red Dead can be played in two different game modes. There is the story mode, also known as the offline mode, called Red Dead Redemption, and there's the online mode called Red Dead Online. As previously mentioned in the beginning of the video, the story mode follows the outlaw Arthur Morgan that must survive against government forces, rival gangs, and other adversaries. In the online mode, in Red Dead Online, you can create your own character since you no longer play as Arthur Morgan. There are plenty of missions, events, and distractions that are unique to Red Dead Online as well. Those include story missions, free roam missions, free roam events, race series. You can also do showdown series. In Red Dead Online, there are also specialist roles. Specialist roles are unique paths of progression, each providing their own unique experiences, allowing you to become even more deeply connected to your character and the choices you make as you inhabit the world of Red Dead Online. With each role, you'll always have new pursuits to embark upon that lead to unique items and skills as you progress, in addition to cash and gold payouts. There are 5 roles in the game as of right now. The first one is the Bounty Hunter role, the second one is the Moonshiner role, the third one is the Naturalist role, the fourth one is the Collector role, and the fifth one is the Trader role. Now, how do these roles work? Each of the Red Dead Online roles has 20 role ranks to progress through by earning role XP, which you get by completing activities specific to that role. You'll receive a role token for every role rank you unlock, which you can save up and use to purchase unique items for that particular role. You will also unlock new skills at certain ranks that will help you better fulfill the role you're working on. Let's talk about each role. The Bounty Hunter role. A bounty hunter can capture targets or kill them, depending on how honorable you are in your pursuits. Keep in mind that bringing in targets alive will yield a greater reward. Taking on an armed gang or bringing multiple targets to justice is made easier with the help of a posse, who will all earn a cut of the final bounty. What is a posse, you may ask, if you don't play Red Dead? Is basically like a group of people. A group of your friends maybe, not necessarily friends, but they're usually your friends. Reaching Bounty Hunter rank 12 will open up the opportunity to hunt down other players with high bounties of $20 or more. The wanted player must escape or surrender within the allotted time, and if captured, they'll also have opportunities to escape and flee. If the bounty hunter brings the targets in alive, they'll receive an award while the criminal serves time. The next role is the Moonshiner role. In an America not yet fully governed by law, opportunity abounds for the lawless. Wild open space, ready and waiting for the ruthless and ambitious to carve a new future for themselves. How better to make your fortune than to become a black market moonshiner? Establish your own bootlegging business in this new specialist role. An ideal fit for players progressing along the trader path or anyone seeking a property to call their own. Unlock unique role-specific skills as you perfect your distillation methods, avoid the law, and put rival peddlers out of business. If you're lucky, you might survive long enough to open your own speakeasy. Owning and operating the moonshine business is just part of your role. You'll also work with Maggie, an NPC for those that don't know, through a series of story missions to be played solo or cooperatively as you help her get revenge on those who try to take her down. As you grow the business and eliminate a rival operation, you'll learn new recipes and techniques that help make your moonshine the best by a country mile. The next one is the naturalist role. The naturalist role opens a new path around tracking, studying, and hunting animals. Naturalists get access to a new role progression, gameplay, and several items. As your naturalist activities progress, you'll start to encounter legendary animals. These distinctive creatures can be discovered both in free roam and through animal assignments commissioned by Harriet. Using the legendary animal map as a guide, you'll learn the locations of their native habitats and then follow information in the animal field guide to locate each one, ultimately deciding whether to obtain samples for Harriet and earn precious rewards, or poach them and have Gus turn their hides into ostentatious apparel for your wardrobe. The next role is the collector role. With Madame Nazar's help, you will be able to search for lost jewelry, rare arrowheads, and other treasures. Collect individual pieces and sell them off directly to Madame Nazar, or collect entire sets for even more valuable sales. As you progress, you will gain access to useful tools that help your search, including refined binoculars, a horse lantern, and even a metal detector, as well as gaining enhanced searching skills to help you seek and discover the world's greatest rarities. You'll also get additional benefits, like increased carrying capacities, the ability for your horse to directly pluck and pass herbs to you while mounted, and more. And the last role is the trader role. The life of a trader allows you to establish and develop a business from your camp by becoming a partner in the fledgling Crips trading company. Thanks to your trusty companion's Crips knowledge of animal materials, you'll be able to take on new opportunities to hunt, collect materials, and produce valuable goods to sell. As your trade grows, you can improve your hunting yields with a hunting wagon to bring in bigger hauls and upgrade your delivery wagons for larger sales. Gain new skills, improve your satchel, upgrade your camp with a weapons locker and a stew pot that provides for your camp with fresh meals to refill your cores and your posse's cores. If you're confused, that's totally normal. This game is very complex and there's a lot to unpack. There are a lot of NPCs in these roles, and I can't really cover all that in a single video. Alright, now that we covered what you can do in Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Online, let's talk about what you can do in Star Stable. You can solve quests and mysteries. There are many intriguing characters and exciting mysteries waiting for you in the magical world of Star Stable. Solve different quests while you experience the exciting story together with the people of Jorvik. You can care for your horses and train your horses. Get your very own horse to ride, train, and care for. As you become a more experienced rider, you can buy more horses and choose from a variety of different horse breeds. In Jorvik, you can own as many horses as you like. You can ride into an exciting world. Welcome to Jorvik, a beautiful island full of never-ending adventures. Together with your very own horse, you become part of a magical story and get to explore a fantastic world from the horseback. You can play with your friends. There are always new things to discover in Star Stable. Meet up with your friends online and share adventures with other riders. Ride together, chat, or challenge each other in one of the island's many competitions. Now, do you guys see how different these two games are? We need to keep in mind that Star Stable is a very small team compared to Red Dead Redemption's team, formed of 1,600 members. Hence, we cannot have the same expectations from Star Stable as we have from Red Dead Redemption. Now, the reason why you shouldn't compare Star Stable with Red Dead Redemption is because they are two completely different games. It's like comparing apples and oranges. The colors, flavors, and textures are very different, and it's very hard to compare two things that are so distinct and alike. Should you buy Red Dead Redemption just for the horses? No. Why? Because there's a huge probability that with the realization that the game is so much more oriented towards action, adventure, and violence, you will experience deep disappointment. And the game is also not very cheap, so you will lose a lot of money. However, if you do enjoy action games and you're an adult, you should definitely go for it. I personally believe Red Dead Redemption is one of the most beautiful, stunning, and successful games that has ever been created. If you would like to see more Red Dead Redemption and Star Stable videos from me, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and ring the bell to get notified every single time I post a new video. These are my channel members of this month. I love you guys so much, and I really appreciate each and one of you guys. If you would like to become a channel member, then you can do that by pressing the join button near the subscribe button, and that was it for today's video, guys. Let me know down below your thoughts in the comments, and let me know if you have Red Dead Redemption or not, what your thoughts are about this, and if you do believe that Red Dead Redemption and Star Stable are very different from each other, and you can't really compare them. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everyone.